doing other things, but you're here, and I love that you are here. We are going to get started on today's event, Fearfully and Wonderfully Made Brunch. Now, I have a little outline. We're going to mingle, we're going to eat, we're going to get to know each other, but we're going to have a time of encouragement, right? A time of speaking life into each of you. We have some beautiful vendors that are ready to, and I know some might be shy. I think some might be shy, some aren't. So you'll hear a little from those that aren't, and hopefully by the next event you'll hear from all of them. Right, Caroline? We are blessed to use this beautiful clubhouse. I want to thank Ms. Takia Jones of the House of Doves for collaborating with me on this event, and for those that bought tickets, that showed up, that invited, and all the things. It's really a blessing to have you here. We have a beautiful view of the St. John's River, and yeah, I'm just really happy, really happy to be here with you all. So I'm going to have Miss Dawn of Della Dawn Life Coaching. She's going to open us in a word of prayer, and we are going to get started. I don't want to wait till the room is full. It's already full with your energy, so we're gonna start. All right.
A little overwhelming. I've been praying to have a community, y'all, because like Clavia, she's been through a situation where she's lost herself, and that's me. I could be there for everybody, but I haven't been there for me. So my encouragement, that's what I do, I encourage. I'm encouraging you to be there for you. We've been there for our kids, we've been there for our husbands, boyfriends, but whoever. Show up for yourself, because you guys are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are born with a purpose. You are born to encourage. You are born to encourage yourself as well. So don't forget about yourself. I mean, I didn't know she was gonna put me up here, but I could feel it. I could feel all of y'all, and I love what I'm feeling. A lot of times you can be in a room full of people and you feel alone. You know, you feel lonely, and you can be in a crowded space. You feel afraid. You feel a negative energy. Right here, that's not any of that, and I love that. Thank you guys for showing up as yourself. I'm proud of all of you guys. If you've never heard of me, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for showing up. I'm proud of you for walking through everything that you've been through, the things that you don't talk about, the things that you keep to yourself, the things that you don't share with your children, your friends, and you just in your privacy, and you're like, man, I went through that, but you know what, you went through it, and you've become stronger from that. Trust that. I started my business 4 years ago, and it was inspired by my late Aunt Sherry and my mother, who we call B. Both women have inspired me. They were fraternal twins, so they were born on the same day, but they were complete opposites. My mom is very classic and subtle in her look. She wore Avon. I don't know if you guys, well, y'all are young, so I don't know if y'all remember Avon. Okay, but it's a online beauty store, so they have like lotions and perfumes and deodorants, and my mom would put on Vaseline and she would just head out the door. While my Aunt Sherry, she was very curvaceous and voluptuous, and she loved to wear red, as you can see. I kind of like followed behind her, but they both showed me that confidence looks like them. You can be natural, or you can have your face be whatever, and they exuded confidence, and they put that into me. So that's what Cherry Bee Collections is about.
And a lot of people don't believe that I am, but what I would say where I am now is that God is pushing me. He's pushing me out there. So what I have begun to do is just say yes. Whether I feel like doing it, whether I want to do it, I'm shy of doing it. I just say, okay, Lord, I'm gonna do it. Like when Clavia, because we've all learned in this room, she inspires all of us, and she will tell you, you know, you're this now. And I'm like, really? Okay. So, you know, that's how we ended up on the magazine. She came to me and she asked me, she said, Takia, you know, can you help me? Not that I was going to be on the front of the magazine, but can you help me with some editing? And I was like, yeah, sure, you need some help? Sure, I'll get on it. And then all of a sudden, you know, we had that. So I thank God for what he's doing in my life, and I'm just here to encourage you all. So I asked God, well, let me give you a little bit more about myself. I'm the owner of the House of Doves Boutique. On the side, I have a little real estate investment company. I have a little cleaning company.
Stop saying little.
You know, well, big, you know. And I there's a reason I say little, right? Because we can have a lot of titles, right? But to me, your degrees, all of those things are not really who make you who you are. You are who you are because that's who God created you to be. So everything that's in you, all those talents and gifts that you have, those are bonuses to who you are. So I don't really lead with that. You know, some people can get caught up, like, yeah, you know, I'm XYZ or I'm this or I'm that. And that's good. But who are you really? If you lose all of that today, which we know that can happen, right, in this economy or whatever, if God just decides to take it like he allowed it to happen to Job, then are you still who you are? Are you still confident? Are you still loving yourself? You should be, right? Because those things don't make you who you are. So that's why I say little, not that it's little, right? All right. So I asked God, I said, God, okay, fearfully and wonderfully made. We know that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Why? Because we're made after the image of God, right? And so I said, okay, what do you want me to tell him, Lord? What do you want me to tell him? So he said, fearfully and wonderfully made. So why should I be bound? So why are we walking around bound when we know who we are and who we were created to be, right? We need to be made whole. So I'm going to come from John 5, 1 through 9. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, where it's called in Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. In this lay a great multitude of impotent folk, so of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. A lot of people who were sick, diseased, whatever it may be, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever the sickness was. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first after the troubling of the water stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man. When the water is troubled, I don't have anybody to help me. I'm limp. Sometimes I feel like I'm alone. I don't have anybody to help me to get to where it is that I need to be. That's what the man was saying. Jesus said unto him, he said, Rise up, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole and took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. So like I said, he got up. God said, get up yourself. You know, it's okay to have people to push you, but get up. Whatever it is that you need to do, go ahead and get up. So just like the man in this story who had been sick for 37 years, many of us have been sick. The young lady gave her testimony earlier about losing everything. A lot of us have lost everything. I don't know about you all, you know. People, we can look like we have it together, but financially we're hurting, sick in our body, physically we're hurting. You know, I have lupus. Well, I was diagnosed with lupus, cured, delivered now. God delivered it. So that was years ago, back in 2007 or 8 or whatever. Diabetes, high blood pressure. You know, you're walking around with a lot of things. Schizophrenia, people have emotional depression, all those things. So sick from the insecurities caused by trauma, abuse, life experiences, and our own choices. I told people
I just wanted to say, to start off, that you inspire me so much. I'm so proud of you. Your book is beautiful. people. You do such great work. Look at them. I don't know that many people. And you inspire all of them. Look at all those faces and how much of an impact you're making.
Thank you.
And I just love the work that you do. I'm just so proud.
I appreciate that. You're such a sweetheart. Aw, y'all ever saw Clip your cry? Real sweet. Thank you. Exactly. Hold up the questions here. So I have a whole theme song that I normally play. And again, the name of the show is #HerCHOSENStory because we all have a story, right? And I know you have a story. And we're live. I mean, we're live as live can be. So tell me who you are and why did you start Self-Love Boutique?
Who am I? I feel like when you go into an interview, you think, when they ask you, tell me about yourself. I'm like, what do I even tell you? I can't tell you like about myself. Like I have to tell you what you want to hear. And there's so much that makes up a person, I feel like. And one of the biggest things is their experiences, at least in my opinion. And so I come from a background of a lot of trauma. I come from a background of more trauma and more trauma. And kind of what inspired me was, so I received a lot of counseling. I've been in therapy since the age of 9, court ordered, also because of molestation. After that, it just kind of just continued on the cycle. It's like, please screw me over some more, please traumatize me some more. And that goes deeper into psychology, but more things came after that. I had an abusive family, and with everything, I've always had like health issues and things, which is backed up by psychology, that a lot of that is rooted in your ACE scores, so that stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. So basically, it led me to this point. I had to go through so many mental health professionals, and I saw a lot of what I didn't want to see, but also a lot of what I wanted to model. And so I feel like I can tell you I'm a survivor, I'm a thriver. I just aspire to do what you're doing right now. I aspire to do that and find the time to. I'm a graduate student. I work for the suicide hotline. I have a background in working in addictions. And I'm just, I don't know, that's such a deep question.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I'm a small business owner that's been flaking on my own stuff. It's just been busy. I'm an intern as a counselor. So I think it just, in short, I'm all these things, all these experiences, all these goals and dreams that I hope to accomplish, and everything that I hope to be.
You're chosen.
Chosen. Yes.
Even with your past, I mean, looking forward to a beautiful, bright future. What are you studying currently?
I'm studying social work.
Social studies in there. And how do you normally, let's say, overcome these, or how have you overcome these challenges? Yes, counseling, but was faith a part of it? Was a community a part of it? How did you overcome?
I will say, so, and that kind of ties in with the self-love boutique, is there were so many different things, so many coping techniques. Community support system is so important, that I lacked for many years, and even recently it's still been a struggle, and just many things. I would say that a lot goes into that, and healing. Over time, I would say that just seeing what was around me, and I'll say this, number one, like, I've come a long way. I used to have a lot of anger issues. I was just I wasn't the best person, I wasn't the best sister, I wasn't the best partner, and over time, just being self-aware, and something that helped with that was, I'll tell you right now, the biggest thing that I've learned, the biggest thing that's changed everything for me, that stopped the cycle of abuse as much as it could. You can't grow and flourish in an environment that's not meant for you. If you're a sunflower, you're not gonna grow. You're gonna die like this. You put yourself in a little closet, you know, or you put yourself in, you know, a room where, and not even you put yourself, but you're there and you don't find a way out some way, somehow, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Your spirit is gonna die. You're not gonna flourish the way you were meant to be. And so I felt like something, just eventually you get to this point where it's like no more. There has to be something else. You know, I've struggled with a lot of suicidal ideation myself, with all the trauma that I've been through, and up until it really took a turn for me when I saw the environment that I was in, the living situation that I was in when I was 20, 21, 22, that I was like, no more. There has to be something better. And you know, even if there's not, I'm gonna escape. I'm gonna try. And then lo and behold, I changed that and I got closer to the window so that I can blossom at least a little bit more. And I have people like you to inspire me. And you know, and the community plays a big part in that, and that really made it so that I can thrive and be where I am. And I feel like a lot of that too inspired that, because I think self-love and self-care is underrated. And people think it's very mushy, or like, use bath bombs, you know, buy yourself flowers, which I love that and I agree with that, right? But I feel like self-love really does go deeper. You know, like for example, self-love is telling yourself, even though you're lonely, don't go back to that ex. You know that you've suffered before many a time. Have that self-love and that self-respect for yourself to know it's not the best thing for me. And I think something else recently that I've noticed and discovered through therapy also is kind of thinking of yourselves as a little child, a little mini you, human being, like younger self of yourself, and thinking, would I say those mean things to this little girl? Would I put her through that? Would I want her to be hurt? Would I put her in that environment to be hurt by others? You know, no, I want to guide her. I want to counsel her. I want to lead the way for her. And she wouldn't want me to be in a damaged place.
I love that. Where can we find you on social media and to support self-love with you?
Thank you. It's the SL Boutique LLC on all the things.
And I'll have the link for you guys. All right. So I thank you for sharing part of your story, because I know it goes deeper.
Thank you.
Thank you for this, and yeah, you're chosen. And you're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share my message.
Women, and women empowerment, and also Clavia to just to move forward and be obedient to your will, and just for better things and great things and new opportunities and communities and outreach coming forward. I drink to that. Cheers.
All right, so let's gather here and we'll take a picture.
All right.
And then we'll pump up the music.
I'm back. All right. It's good. Walmart girl.